Hi, this is Michael from YouTube Guitar Tutorials on YouTube. I had a request to do New Year's Day tutorial, and I will break this down into its parts like I usually do, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different this time. I thought I would record the entire song straight through without any edits. Some of my other recordings that are on Microsoft Live site that you can download the MP3s, those were done in Pro Tools, and they're multiple tracks, and they were done punching in and out. They weren't done in all one take. So here today I'm going to try to play New Year's Day in all one take. But first, before we do that, I thought I would go through all my settings on how I like to get to the tone for the Slane version, which is one of my favorite versions of the song. However, instead of playing it with a Gibson Les Paul, I'm going to play it with my Strat. The Edge usually plays it with a Les Paul, at least more recently, but historically he has used a Strat. And I'm going to do it on the bridge position. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but I'm going to do it on bridge. My volume's all the way up, my tone's somewhere 6, 7, 8. And here's what it sounds like. I'm not using a real AC30. I'm using all Fractal Audio's Axe FX, the Ultra. In general, the Edge's signal path, again, I'm not 100%, but it should be pretty close, at least for Slane, with some sort of EQ or para EQ into a drive pedal, SD1, TS9, something with a overdrive, and then into the delay. In this case, I'm using my TC2290. The Axe delays are just as good. I just thought I'd play around with my 2290 today. And then into the amp model, the AC30 amp model and cab, and then into some reverb. So I'm going to build this up for you so you can hear how the actual different tones build up. So this is just the plain guitar into the amp model. The harmonics at the beginning of the song. Now let's add the para EQ. I believe there's some sort of EQ in the song. It tightens up the sound. It boosts the mids a little bit. Here's what it sounds like with the para EQ on. So let's do para EQ off here. Let's do it on. There's a little bit of overdrive in there because the para EQ is boosting the mid frequencies at about, I'm boosting at about 2.3 to 5 dB, depending on the frequency, the spectrum. So it's essentially a curve where you cut off the lows and the highs and you boost the mids. When you do that, you get a little more gain driving the amp model. So you heard this playing, you heard a little bit of distorted sound there. Now let's play the drive without anything else. Now the para EQ is not on here. I want you to hear what this is the SD1 model in the Axe FX. It sounds like this. That's without delay, without para EQ. So now let's add the para EQ into the drive, into the amp. No delay yet. It sounds like this. That's what a D chord sounds like. Now I think you can tell we're getting closer to the Slane tone, and that I believe that EQ is paramount to it. Again, I'm not 100% sure that's what Edge is doing, but that's what I like. Now let's go to the delay. I'm going to turn off the para EQ and the drive, and I'm going to turn on here's what it sounds plain again. So just the delay. The delay is at 441 milliseconds. It's a quarter note in New Year's Day, unlike some of the other songs, which are mostly dotted eighths. This is a quarter note delay. They changes to a dotted eighth note delay in the solo, but I don't have my MIDI controller out, so I'm not going to change the dotted 8th note delay on the solo. Just giving you the heads up there, I'm just going to play the song straight out and not do any MIDI changes. So the repeats are going to be, it sounds like this. You've got the repeats at about 5 or 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 to 6 is probably appropriate. The first note should be pretty loud. It should come out almost as loud. I believe that the Edge has it set at 98-99% of the first initial note. You'll hear that in the song. It's pretty pronounced delay. The mod is in the high 30s, 37 to 40%, at least for the TC2290, and it's similar for the Axe. And again, 441 milliseconds. So when we have everything on together, the parity cue, the drive, and the delay, you get this. That delay and the mod comes together with the distortion. It just sounds great. Here's a simple D chord. Now let's turn the parity cue off. That's with the parity cue off. You turn it on. So that's my setup. That's what everything sounds like for the Slam version New Year's Day. I'm going to record the entire video now. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or send me a message through YouTube. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. I will do a full tutorial of this song and break it down into its parts over the coming weeks. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy my recording of New Year's Day.